worked in over 10 countries. In fact, I was just next door in Botswana for 5 years, and I was in Mozambique, I was in Indonesia, I was in Botswana, I was in Egypt. So, you know, the UN system puts you or gives you opportunity in varieties of countries and complex situations. So, one is you choose what type of program you want to support and work. Other is what sort of experience you have. So the UN matches that way. So it's I'm fortunate. I have been able to work in so many countries, and I chose to work in Zimbabwe because I was very fascinated by Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe is a peaceful country, so it's not a comparison one can make. I have always looked at building a good trust and confidence with the government as a foundation for engagement and partnership. I'm very active. My approach is how do I help the country I work, and and that has been my focus. I'm passionate on development, and I'm passionate in doing the very best. I come early morning and leave late, so I want to give the very best to the people in every country I work, and the government and cross section of society have seen this, and what I'm really pleased is the response from government, and the partnership, the engagement has been extremely positive. I want to share with you this document. This, we call it JUNDAF, Zimbabwe United Nations Development Assistance Framework. In fact, as I was referring before, we work on this document identifying what are the priority area for Zimbabwe the UN system would be working on. And together with the government, we identified this, and we agreed and we signed with the Chief Secretary of the Office of the President and myself, and all the permanent secretary of the various ministries and my colleagues from the UN system. Now, what we have identified in the context of this program is 6 areas of priority. One is working in area of improving food security and nutrition. 2 is in area of poverty reduction and value addition. 3 is promoting gender equality, which is very important. 4 is in area of, Zimbabwe has a major concern related to HIV and AIDS, so we put that as a priority to work. And then 5, various areas of support in service delivery, support to the health, support to education, and support to social services. And finally, in area of governance and administrative reform. So these are the 6 areas we have identified as a priority. And in this context of these areas, we have been doing a lot of work. In the context of, let's say, starting with HIV AIDS, I should say, close to 1 million HIV AIDS patients receive antiviral medicine and other support. Of course, we are also working government in terms of government input coming into this program. So, 2, we have a various level of activity in terms of supporting food security, provision of food in time of vulnerability and drought and those type of things, improving food availability. 3rd is support to primary education in terms of provision of books and other related educational support. In area of health, there is a lot of work in provision of medicine and other support in the health sector. Now, in area of promoting human rights and democratic governments, there are a number of areas we are working on. Like helping strengthen capacity for Human Rights Commission or other commissions, working with Parliament in terms of strengthening the Parliament's capacity for democratic processes. We had a whole review of our 2016 program, and in total, UN system with support from development partner delivered a total of $403 million. In addition, we work in mobilizing support for the drought, advocated for $350 million to respond to the drought, with the meeting provision of food, water, agriculture, health, and these type of areas. And we mobilized about $215 million. In fact, I have to acknowledge here the partnership between the United Nations system and development partner and the government has been excellent. And this is how we are able to work together and deliver this support. Like, for example, in responding to the drought, UN system alone, together with the civil society organization, helped 2 million people in terms of food and cash, direct cash support. And we work with government ministries. We set up a very good and effective coordination mechanism with the Office of the President and cross-section of ministries. In fact, some of our effort in responding to the drought was considered one of the best in the Southern Africa region. In the context of JUNDAF, in area of government governance and administrative reform, as I was saying before, we have a number of specific activities. That is, for example, promotion of human rights. We are working with the Human Rights Commission to build their capacity in different ways. We are working with, for example, Election Commission, supporting them in strengthening various areas of their capacity. We are working with the Office of the President on the NPRC issue. We are working with Parliament, with the Speaker of Parliament and Clerk of Parliament in strengthening the capacity of the parliamentarian in various, role they play, and they are engaged, oriented. In fact, we had 2 days of exclusive session orienting every parliamentarian on sustainable development goals. So for them to be responsible and see what role they can play in promoting SDGs.